I'm Dennis, KingMakerForex.com, and by the way, today is Thursday, September 25th, 2014. It is about 10 minutes to 5 New York time in the afternoon. And I just want to show you why Kingmaker is saying the New Zealand US dollar pair may drop even more. If you looked at the video, the more recent video, where right at the top of the page on the website, where I say that Kingmaker is not for large gains, I also said, and I explained why, although it can be used that way, but there are issues with it. In that same video, I forecasted the current drop of, or I should say Kingmaker forecasted the drop in the New Zealand US dollar pair. And now as I look at Kingmaker, it's saying there could be a further drop. And I'm going to show you that. I did trade the first drop. I said I'd mention that if I did, and I consider that I just lucked out because I avoided a bounce that could have happened. I avoided interest payments and all that. I still don't feel Kingmaker is suitable for single trade large gains. But it was nice. I was trading my real account, my cash account, and I also did it in the other one. And I did well, about 10% gain to my balance. And here we are with the chart. And here's the gain that I captured right here, this from about there, almost, well, I didn't capture all of that. I captured it down to about there. What we're looking at here is a weekly chart of the New Zealand US dollar pair, or the Kiwi dollar. This trend line, this lower trend line right here, that's an old trend line that goes all the way back into 2012. This one here is just kind of late in 2013, and you can see the intersect. This is an old orangequant tool for calling an inflection. So this week is probably the bottom, unless this gets, unless the move, the further move does not happen, then it would happen next week. But this week is likely the bottom of this. And this here is just a trend line drawn on Kingmaker Omega, which is another algorithm that I don't think I showed you that during the authentication trials for the compounding trades. And I also have a trend line drawn on Starlight. Oh, gee, that thing shouldn't have done that. A trend line drawn on Starlight down here. I think I can just drag it now and show you. Here you can see Starlight there. Okay, I think I'll be able to leave it stable. Alright, so it's a trend line on Starlight, a trend line on Kingmaker Omega. And this is why I'm saying this thing could drop some more, maybe down as far as 7,700, which would be level down around, let me just draw a line for you so you can see it. That would be a level right about across there, okay? So that's about 7,700, and I'm saying that could happen because, as you can see, Omega has not yet reached this support level on the trend line for Omega. This level of Omega corresponds to, and I'm just going to draw kind of a vertical circle, corresponds to this level of the New Zealand US dollar pair, and that happens to be about 7,700. So by coming down to that trend line, the correspondence is pretty strong. So I'm seeing 70, did I say 7,700? Yep. Also, with Starlight, which ever since I've made that earlier forecast, Starlight has just been threatening and threatening to go on down. And the support level for Starlight happens to also correspond to this same 7,700 level of the New Zealand US dollar pair. And for the last few hours, it has been stalled at this level. Where it is right now, what it's doing is the market is waiting for an announcement, or actually several announcements out of Japan, out of Tokyo, their national CPI and Tokyo CPI numbers. Also coming actually later, tomorrow I guess, Friday, is the US dollar GDP announcement. So the yen is closely tied to the New Zealand dollar, or I should say the New Zealand economy is closely tied to the yen. And because this is the New Zealand US dollar pair, it's going to be tied to the US dollar. So looking at Kingmaker, my present theory is if the yen don't get you, the US dollar will. So that's pretty much the story for now from Kingmaker. And to repeat, this week does look like the bottom, temporarily anyway. But beware the temporary bounce, depending on the news out of Japan. But if, as I say, if the yen doesn't get them, then when that the GDP on the US dollar comes out, that probably will. Okay, I'm Dennis, KingMakerForex.com. Have a nice evening. I hope you make a bunch of money.